my golden nuggets, welcome aboard once again. Remember I talked about reasons why men would want to test you, okay, in a relationship. Today we are moving on to look at the various ways that a man can test you, okay, in a relationship. So a man can test your loyalty in a relationship by pranking you with maybe a text message or telling you that he traveled just to come back in the evening, just to come back the next morning, just to come get to you the next week or month, to see if you really loyal to him, okay? He can also even plan with some friends, which a lot of people are really doing these days, which I think is really bad for me, to make up with some friends, okay? That the friends should just stage like proposing to you or dating you to try and see whether you can give in. There are a lot of things that the men are doing these days to test your loyalty. They can even do that through your friends, your girlfriends, okay? To psych your mind and to just give you negative thoughts, negative things about your guy, tell you negative things about your guy to see whether you really love him, to see whether you are really loyal to him. So he can test you in such a manner and so many other things. Okay, now we're moving on to the next way that a man can test you. A man can test you with money to see if you are financially stable, you are financially capable of handling monetary things, okay? He can give you money to do something for him to see if you'll be able to deliver what he has given you, okay? He can give you to do some shopping. He can give you to cook. He can give you money to even invest in doing something little to see if you'll be able to bring profit out of it. Those are all ways of seeing, to check whether you really is somebody who is able to manage a home, manage yourself, and do that. He can also give you money to test you, okay, to see, okay, how you go about monetary things, okay. He can test you with, give somebody money to give you, to see how you handle your money. He can also prank you, trick you, leave some money somewhere to see if you can take it and maybe return it, or maybe leave his wallet somewhere. He can just do anything with money to see what you do with money, okay? He can just put some amount of money somewhere to see the money you can take out of it, whether you be able to tell him, whether you keep it to yourself. Also want to test whether you can cook is to maybe invite you to his place and express his cooking skills, and then the other time ask you to help him cook a dish, a recipe. He can tell you that he's having maybe a party, a little get together with his friends, and he wants you to organize something for him. He can do that. He can just cook a very bad food that is not too good, and for you to taste, to invite you to taste, to see whether you really like it or not. So many ways. He can tell you that he's coming over for an occasion with his family or whatever, and will want you to put a lot of things together, put a little something together for him to make sure that he knows whether you are testing you to see if you are a good cook. Beware. Another way that your guy can test you, if he wants to test you, to know more about you, okay? To know more about you, to get to know the qualities that you have. He's going to dig out a lot of information from your friends, a lot of information from people around you. So it's going to be like maybe he can even have friendship with your friends, getting to ask of a lot of things about you, about your family. He can even come to the church that you attend. He can go to places of your interest if he's chasing you to know more about the kind of people that you interact with, about the kind of things that you do. I also can test you if it has to do with getting to know if the person is really religiously inclined, where you worship, how you pray, how you go about your things, testing you to pray. I mean, when you, I remember this with my my husband, when he wanted to know much about me, when we meet together, if I visit him or he visits, he would always want me to pray, to begin the prayer, or he prays and I end. Not only he wanted to know how spiritually I was, okay? So they would test you in some of those ways, to see whether to do a Bible study, to preach the word of God to them, to share the word of God to them, to know other things about you. Now, another way that they can test you to know if you're family oriented, whether you really want to have kids, is to have a conversation about you, to talk about kids, how he loves kids. He wants to know if you also you love kids. He wants to know if ever you want to have kids, the number of kids you want to have, if you are interested in adoption, if you are interested in if he has kids or he's bringing in kids. He wants you to know. He wants to know, okay? If you are also having kids, and he's going to ask a lot of questions surrounding those things to know if you really love kids, whether you have kids before, if you have kids, where they are they with you, are they staying with family members, if you are looking after other kids. I mean, just to know if you're a family woman, you want to have kids. One other thing that men would want to weigh, that they want to test you, is to test for your commitment and whether you really is interested in a relationship and you'll be there for him no matter what. Some can prank you that they are sick, okay? To know whether you can pay a visit. Be careful of such visits. Whether you can pay a visit, whether you can do something for him if he says he's sick. He can tell you that he lost something. He lost his job. He lost money. Whether you can be able to fix something for him. He's just testing you on some of those things. I'm not saying that when your fiance, when your fiance or your boyfriend or your partner says that he's sick, it means he's pranking you. No. When he tells you, oh, I've lost my job, things are not working out well with me, it means it's a prank. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just teaching you, telling you some of the ways that the men can test you, okay? So those are some of the things. Whether you can be there for him. He can tell you he's going on a journey, he's traveling, and he will want you to be part of that journey. He will want you to be part of his family party. He will want you to be part of his family meeting or whatever. He just wants to test you to see whether you can be there. So just beware. Recently, I talked about why men will just want to test women. If you are really interested in such a topic, I have done it somewhere here or somewhere to be shown you. You can click to watch.